Super stoked to have you join me on today's little adventure. I think I'm gonna be heading over to Missouri and gonna head over there to Missouri, do a little bit of scouting, probably mainly from the road, but I might get out and do a little walk just to allow me to get closer to some fields. But yeah, taking Smurf. Dude, she is so dependable, man. None of the doors work but the passenger side, so can only get in from the passenger side. Yeah, she's all ready to go. Gonna go get Subway, I think, get a little energy. Yeah, the rest of it's up in the air. I don't know what's gonna happen tonight. That's the goal, at least. Gonna have fun. We'll see you in Missouri, guys. Mosquitoes are bad though. They are everywhere. But I sprayed my head down pretty good. I got permethrin on my pants and my shoes and socks. Deer shouldn't be able to smell me. So the plan is to go back here. Guess I don't want to get the distance away. But I'm going back here a little ways, and there's a field back here on the public. There's actually a couple big fields in private too. The one public field you can't see from the road, and on the map it looks like it was beans last year, or if the map actually has been pretty accurate, we've been able to guess if they're beans or not, and it looks like they're beans. And deer have been absolutely hammering the beans right now. It seems like when we're driving around looking at fields, the bucks especially just seem to be in beans. So that's my hope. My hope right now is that we go back there and it's a bean field and just a bunch of deer back there. But if it's a cornfield, then obviously not so good, but I should be able to still glass the private field. Private field's corn too, then we're just in a big mess. Alright, we're good. Sometimes the Smurf locks on itself, and that's no bueno. Let's get back here and see what we see. I don't know if you guys can tell, but mosquitoes are terrible. I do have my bug spray with me, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I'm hoping as I get more towards the field that mosquitoes will kind of decrease, diminish, just die. I hate mosquitoes and ticks. But I got a little trick with ticks. I put tape around my leg, not tight, real loose. The thought is ticks will get stuck on the tape and they can't work their way up my leg and get up into my shirt, get into my back, or any of that good stuff there. I've sprayed all my pants down with permethrin. I've sprayed my socks, all my shoes down. They've been soaked since turkey season. There's always going to be a few that get through. Always seems to be a few. But I better look at where I'm going here and make sure I'm on the right track. Yeah, we're looking good. Looking real good. So there is some beans in this public field. Yeah, I should have a good vantage point to glass this whole field this evening, if the mosquitoes don't eat me alive. Yeah, the neighbors have got beans as well. This is turning out pretty good. There's like 3 deer in that other field. They all look like does though. Doe bucks. I guess. I mean, she was looking right at me as I was walking, so she knew I was something and not just nothing. Unfortunately, that's very... I think I might just be stationed up here for the night. Just glassing. This is the times when you wish you had water, though, for sure. It's hot, really hot. Hopefully we'll see more here in a little bit. Okay, so nothing much other than a few more does that came out. There's a donkey going off. I mean, just making all sorts of racket. And there's also, I don't know if you can hear that. There's also a lot of cows, a lot of cattle up here too on the hillside. And a few deer have been running through. I don't think they like the cattle at all. But there's another field over here. I think I'm going to try sneaking over there before it gets too dark. And try to eye anything in that field. Because I'm just seeing does right now. Not that this is a really good vantage point for seeing a really long ways, but there's only 2 fields that I see that the deer would really like to be in. There's a couple of bean fields. This right here is just not even planted. So... And the other fields don't have anything in them. I mean, the cattle might graze in them, but that's about it. I'm going to bounce over to this other field and see if I can't lay eyes on anything. That's the hope. There's nothing there. Work my way back, look at this real quick, I think, and then head out. It's just cool getting out here. I mean, my first time really ever scouting in Missouri on foot. Just been looking at maps pretty much the whole time and never stepped foot on any public land in Missouri, so this is pretty cool to actually be out here and doing this. Alright, enough chatting. Let's go over there. I just found a really good deer trail coming right onto this bean field from the cedar thicket into the public edge into the bean field. That's exactly what I'm looking for right there. My mindset is that the deer right now probably aren't bedding as much in that cedar thicket, but they're going to be bedding pretty close to the food here. I mean, the cedar thicket's not that far from the fields, but those deer are going to be pretty much bedding within 100 yards of that edge of the field there. There's some pretty good patches of grass there, real tall. I mean, probably 4 feet tall that they're bedding in. There's also a thicket, not the cedar thicket here, but another thicket of low-lying brush that I've seen a lot of the does coming out of. I'm pretty sure that's where the deer are bedded right now. But I mean, that's a good sign if there's a really good trail just coming right out of that cedar thicket, too. I'm pretty pumped about that. I'm not going to walk down that, though. I'm going to be walking farther up and around the cedar. Yeah, and around the cedar thicket. Yeah, I think a deer just took off. But I'm going to be walking around the cedar thicket. And hope I can get eyes in that field. Work my way up slow and see what we see. Deer bed right here. Alright, so the camera's being a little funky at the moment. Not letting me really adjust anything, but long story short, 2 big bucks. I mean, just hammers, dude. Absolute hammers out in this field, and I don't think they're betting on public. I think they're betting on the private, but they're real close to private, or they're real close to public. I still gotta get out here clean if I can.